It's Sophie. I have an Ubers battle here. I know I did one in the beginning of my channel. I think it was like my second battle, and it's been a while, so here we go. I'm gonna have like a few things to say at the end of the video, and by a few I mean just like one thing, but yeah, so I'm just warning you all of the black screen. It'll only be like 30 seconds, but you don't have to listen to me babble if you don't want to. Anyway, I'm just going to lead off with Palkia, because usually when I see a Kyogre on the other team, I feel like it's a pretty safe bet to assume they might lead off with it to get their rain up first thing. But I know this thing is probably just going to do its Stealth Rock Spikes thing, so I bring in Fortress. I thought he would either I don't know, I thought he would just keep going for Spikes or fear the payback and switch out, but he didn't, so I wasn't able to put my spikes up, but that's fine. I'm just able to rapid spin and kind of sit here feeling pretty good, knowing that I can probably kill this Deoxys off at some point. I think the first payback was max damage, because looking at it, I think after the rapid spin damage, it would have been able to kill if the second payback had done the same amount, but that's whatever. I get off the rapid spin before switching out, which is definitely going to be a good thing. And now that this Rayquaza out, I'm assuming it's physical, because most Rayquaza are, and I can now bring in Groudon because I don't have to worry about the airlock taking away my sun right now. And the outrage does definitely more than I was comfortable with, but I mean, what can you expect from Life Orb, Stab, +1? But it's good because I get my Stealth Rocks up, so I'm not too worried about it. And I'm able to switch back out into my Fortress to resist the Outrage, get some good Life Orb damage, and kind of just wait for him to get confused and hopefully hit himself. So indeed, he only gets the 2-turn Outrage and is confused, and I was like, alright, maybe he'll hit himself, I can get some entry hazards up. He hits himself once, which I was like, oh, I'm sorry, man, like, but it happens, you know, whatever. So I get one layer of spikes up. I'm like, you know, maybe he'll hit himself again. And I know I can take another Outrage at this range, but he hits himself again, and I'm like, oh my god, but dude, I'm really sorry. Like, that honestly sucks. And here I'm like, alright, if he hits himself again, I'm just gonna go for the payback either way, because I won't feel as bad if he hits himself again like he does and he kills himself. But I was just like, yeah, I just went for the payback, because if you did hit yourself again, I would have been able to kill you, and yeah, I did not. I felt bad putting up another layer of entry hazards after the amount of times he just hit himself in confusion. Anyway, he's gonna bring in his Kyogre here, get up the rain, which is like, whatever, I have checks to Kyogre, you know. And I fought it out Fortress, because I've got all, like, most of the entry hazards that I really care about right now up, and I killed off that Deoxys. Oh, I lied, but Stones killed it, so whatever, fodder, you know. He wanted to see what I'd lock himself into, because I think most people assume that Palkia right now is probably scarfed. I think most Palkias are. I've only seen a couple that aren't recently. He brings in his own Palkia. I don't know if it's scarfed, but I don't want to risk the speed tie, so I go into Groudon, both to get the sun up, and maybe if he decides to lock himself into Thunder or go for the Thunder, then I'd be fine. But he just goes for the safe Spatial Rend, which is a good move on his part, but at least I have the sun up. So now I can bring in Jumpluff, and with Chlorophyll, I'll be able to outspeed and go for the Sleep Powder. He switches into Scizor as Sleep Fodder, which is fine with me, no problem. He gets some of that entry hazard damage, and I land the Sleep Powder, which is definitely a good thing. I've been missing a lot of Sleep Powders lately, so whenever I see myself hit, it's a pretty nice thing. I Leech Seed him, so now I have a free switch into Reshiram, which I'm feeling pretty good here. Like, Reshiram in the sun with specs, always a good thing. I go for the safe Blue Flare. I probably should have expected him to switch out, just gone for like the Dragon Pulse or something, but you know, just kind of wanted to be safe here. And he switches into Kyogre, gets the rain up, and obviously Blue Flare, even though it's Stab and Choice Specs, it's still not going to do that much to Kyogre in the rain. It does a decent chunk, considering it's raining and Kyogre resists it, but, you know, whatever. So I go into Jumpluff here, expecting the water move, but he predicts that and goes for the Ice Beam, and I'm just like, oh man, that sucks. That definitely sucks. But I'm glad I didn't bring Palkia in first thing, because I'm starting to learn that Palkia does not take Ice Beams as well as I want it to. So Jumpluff just served as fodder, which doesn't even matter because I think his Scizor is still alive and sleeping, and I don't have anything else to put to sleep, and that's really what Jumpluff does, so it's fine. Here, I really should not have locked myself into Spatial Rend. I should have locked myself into Thunder. I wasn't really thinking. I was like, oh, he'll know I'll lock myself into Thunder, and he'll come into something to resist it. But at this point, his Scizor is at low enough health, and I think it's neutral anyway. So I don't know. I think I could have just taken out the rest of his team if I had just locked myself into Thunder. But whatever, that's fine. I go into Arceus here. I'm not too worried about being poisoned. I just go for the Swords Dance, not really knowing what this thing's going to do. And he goes for the Reflect, which is like, I probably should have just gone straight for the Shadow Claw, but I don't like seeing screens up. I thought it'd be safe to just go for the Brick Break, because maybe he'd put the light screen up and I'd be able to Shadow Claw him next turn. But he goes straight for the phasing move, which I'm totally fine with that, because now I have my Palkia out, and now that hindsight is 2020, I can now lock myself into Thunder, realizing I can kill off the rest of his team with it probably, or definitely put a dent in it for cleanup later with the rest of the pokes that I have left. So the Scizor obviously dies at the health it's at. Then Palkia comes in, and I'm like, alright, I think I just go for the Thunder again. And I outspeed, not sure if it was a speed tie or if his Palkia was just not scarfed. It's kind of up in the air because I didn't see his Palkia do much. And yeah, it's pretty much a good game at this point. So thanks for watching, guys. Like I said at the beginning of the video, I have a couple things to mention, and by a couple I mean just one. I put a bulletin up last night saying to go sub to 6 Foot Hack because he's about to hit 600, and I think by the time this goes up, he probably will have 600. But he's like my best friend on YouTube and like ever, so really go check him out if you want to go watch some quality picture-in-picture narration type videos. He's really great, and yeah, you can be like Sophie says, congrats on 600, and that would be really exciting. So thanks for watching, guys. I love y'all.